So I got to go from Gwen. So I'm going to call the meeting to order. At this time, I'd like to remind council and municipal staff that this meeting is being live streamed to the public. All council meetings are also recorded. Recordings will be available to the public on the township website. Physical attendance of the public at this meeting is not permitted due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The purpose of the meeting, and the Council for the Township of Madawaska Valley deems it advisable to hold a special council meeting as allowable under section 3.6.4 of the procedural bylaw 2018-117. This meeting will be held electronically under the Municipal Emergency Act 2020 and Municipal Bylaw 2020-32, section 3.6.7. Okay, adoption of the agenda. For Thursday, June 25th, 2020, the recommendation is that the special council meeting agenda for Thursday, June 25th, 2020 be approved as presented. Could I get a mover, please? Moved by Councillor Poplinski, seconded by Councillor Schulist. All those in favor? And that's carried. Is there any declaration of pecuniary interest today?
None.
None here.
I'm seeing none. We'll move to municipal reports. First, we have severance application B04-20. Owners Michael G. Murak, Anthony J. Murak, and Catherine A. Blosky. Applicant agent Howe and Bradley Professional Corporation. Part of Lot 1, Concession 3 and 4 in the geographic township of Sherwood, now in the township of Madawaska Valley in the county of Renfrew. It's 165.8 meters by 402.3 meters or 40.43 hectares, 100 acres. The location is 719 to 963 County Road 66, Wilno South Road. Silas, did you want to speak to this?
Yes, Madam Mayor, I can. I will just review my memo that I have prepared for council. My apology. Haste makes waste. I left the previous severance address, and thanks to the mayor, she caught my error and we have corrected it. It is 719, and I believe the other number is, I just have it, don't have it here, but it's Wilno South Road, and it's on County Road 66. In a nutshell, this is a settlement of an estate. It's 200-acre parcels of land that have been left to individuals, and subsequently, when it falls into a severance application, there are requirements that need to be fulfilled. Mr. Cheeseman's comments, upon favorable minimum distance separation calculations, that has to do with farming operations, but that's up to the applicant to respond to that, not a municipal requirement. And the other item is survey will be required. And the third item is that the county of Renfrew requires a road widening for the county road. So a 10-foot strip along the severed and retained lands for approximately 6,600 feet has to be surveyed and conveyed to the county of Renfrew Public Works Department. So both the chief building official and septic inspector, fire chief have inspected the property and have no concerns and approve of the application for a lot addition. And the operations manager has reviewed the subject application, and because it's a county road, he has no concerns or issues with that. So therefore, the recommendation is that council approve severance application B04/20, subject to the recommendations stipulated in the consent planning report, namely favorable minimum distance separation 1 calculations, 2 survey, and 3 conveyance of a 10-foot strip along the severed and retained lands.
Okay, thank you. Could I get a mover, please? Moved by Councillor Bromwich, seconded by Councillor Wilmer. Is there any questions or discussion on the severance application? Okay, no concerns from council. All right, I see none. So all those in favor? And that's carried. Okay, thank you very much, Silas.
You're welcome.
Good. So next we'll move on to bylaws. We have bylaw 2020-59. regarding the bylaw allowing encroachments on unopened road allowances abutting 39273 Cumbermere Road, PAS-2019-04. The recommendation is that bylaw 2020-59, being a bylaw to permit encroachments upon unopened road allowances, be given first and second reading this 25th day of June 2020. Could I get a mover, please? Moved by Councillor Poplinski, seconded by Councillor Wilmer. Is there any discussion on the bylaw? Any questions? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor? And that's carried. The recommendation is that bylaw 2020-59 be given third and final reading this 25th day of June 2020. Moved by Councillor Schulist and seconded by Councillor Bromwich. Any final discussion on the bylaw? Seeing none, all those in favor? And that's carried. Next, we have bylaw 2020-60 regarding authorizing the entering into and the execution of a development agreement with Patricia Hope Derbyshire Koznaski, HOP 2020-04. The recommendation is that bylaw 2020-60, being a bylaw to authorize the entering into and execution of a development agreement between Patricia J. Hope Koznaski and the Township of Madawaska Valley and David H. Eagles and Sean L. Eagles, be given first and second reading this 25th day of June 2020. Could I get a mover, please? Moved by Councillor Wilmer, seconded by Councillor Poplinski. Is there any discussion on this bylaw? Seeing none, all those in favor? And that's carried. The recommendation is that bylaw 2020-60 be given third and final reading this 25th day of June 2020. Can I get a mover? Moved by Councillor Schulist, seconded by Councillor Wilmer. Any final discussion on the bylaw? None, all those in favor? And that's carried. Bylaw 2020-61 regarding a shoreline road allowance closure and disposition along Wadsworth Lake in front of Lot 18, Concession 13, designated as Part 1 on Reference Plan 49R-19557, Geographic Township of Radcliffe, County of Renfrew, BIE-2019-10. The recommendation is that bylaw 2020-61, being a bylaw to provide for the closing and stopping up of part of an original allowance for road along Wadsworth Lake, fronting Lot 18, Concession 13, Geographic Township of Radcliffe, now in the Township of Madawaska Valley in the County of Renfrew, being part of PIN 57581-0121 LT, and for the sale thereof to the abutting landowner be given first and second reading this 25th day of June 2020. Could I get a mover, please? Moved by Councillor Bromwich, seconded by Councillor Wilmer. Is there any discussion on this bylaw? Seeing none, all those in favor? And that's carried. We have one correspondence action item today. It's the Ontario Power Generation letter dated June 17th, 2020, regarding installation of OPG water level measuring point at the Barry's Bay Wharf. So Ontario Power Generation is seeking Council's permission to install a water level measuring point on the Barry's Bay Wharf to provide a stable, consistent base for a technician to measure the distance down to the water. Did staff want to speak to this? Does anyone have any concerns with this, or is staff okay with this? Sue? Sue?
No, we have no concerns.
Okay. Any member of council have any questions or concerns on this? Okay, Sue, then do I need a recommendation that we provide consent or permission?
Yes, please.
So the recommendation would be that council provides permission to Ontario Power Generation to install a water level measuring point on the Barry's Bay Wharf. Could I get a mover, please? Moved by Councillor Wilmer, seconded by Councillor Schulist. Any discussion on the recommendation? Seeing none, all those in favor? And that's carried. Okay, Sue, do we have any new business?
Nope,
Okay, and do we have any unfinished business?
not on the staff side, no.
Okay. There was a request that we take a 5-minute break here in order to, before we go into camera, in order to line up the individuals we'll be speaking with in camera. So could I get a mover to take a 5-minute break? Moved by Counselor Wilmer, seconded by Counselor Poplinski. All those in favor? And that's carried. Okay, we'll take 5 minutes and then